When I was a young girl, at 5 years old, I remember going to church with my grandmother, my grandparents, and they had Sunday school for young children, and I was one of them. And I recall a Sunday school teacher leading me into salvation in the prayer, but I did not comprehend and understand it at that time. But as I grew up, I was in a Christian home, but I didn't have the full understanding of Christ, God in my life, and that realization really didn't come to me until I was about 20 or 21. I had basically had a daughter out of wedlock. I was single, and I had an abusive father figure in my life growing up, and I really didn't know who my true biological father was. I was just told that he was a secret. I wanted something more for my life, and I knew that God was an important person that I personally needed for me in my life where I was, because I needed direction, I needed guidance, and I truly didn't have that until I received salvation by watching a Christian program. There was a man of God that was ministering, and the words that he was speaking, it was like he's talking to me, and so I was relating to what he was saying, and I was like just trying to recall, had I actually made Jesus Lord of my life? And so I said the prayer of salvation, and after I had said it, it was like, I'm saved, and I was so happy. I had a lot of peace, and I went back to my family, and I shared with them that I had gotten saved, and it was a topic for my family. Some of the members of my family, and I discovered some of them hadn't even said the prayer of salvation their own self. So I guess that was why it was such a big topic as to why, I had made the confession and became saved. I was so happy, so joyful, had so much peace. Just hearing the man of God speaking and ministering to me, it just uplifted me, it encouraged me and directed me, gave me direction for my life. My mind was so focused on Jesus when I went to church. I wasn't interested in dating or seeing any man. I just wanted to focus on the Lord and raise my daughter. In the church, I had met a man of God, and he saw the hunger that I had for the Lord. He knew that I was focused and wanted to know about the Lord. I wanted to know about the Word. I wanted to be around anyone who could teach me about the Word of God. And in that relationship with that minister, I became his wife, and he loved my daughter. And from there, he helped me raise her. And we had 2 sons in that marriage. In that, I just found a lot of joy and a lot of peace in my life. And I always had God. He was always important to me as a father, because I had really never had a father. So in my relationship, even in my marriage, God was so important that I kept him in that first place. And I learned to grow and trust the Lord in my relationship. With Christ in your life, he brings a lot of joy and a lot of peace. He gives you direction. He helps you to see things that you never would have seen before when you have him in your life.